Welcome back to the channel. How are we doing? Today we're going to be talking all about easy and simple Chinese cooking, specifically Cantonese dishes that I grew up with. And today I'm very excited to show you what we're going to be cooking with, and it is the, drumroll please, the famous, the cult favourite, the Our Place Always Pan. Look at this beauty. Isn't it a work of art? I could definitely see after this video especially why it's always sold out and why you need to get your hands on one, because this baby replaces 8 traditional forms of cookware. And for someone that lives in a tiny studio flat, which I've lovingly called the studio, with a tiny minuscule little kitchenette, this is a game changer because it can do so much and it doesn't take up a lot of kitchen space. So we love a multi-efficient product, especially one that's been cleverly designed as well. So let me talk you through some of my favorite features on here. You lift it up. It has this special design ridge for your wooden spatula. You know, when you're cooking or you've got a saucy spatula, you don't really want to put on the kitchen counter because it's going to be really messy when you clean up again. Well, you could just pop it on here and it rests like that. It also comes with this Nest steamer as well, the little like handle and little legs on the bottom, which makes steaming so easy. And this also doubles up as a colander as well. When you're not using it, it just stores perfectly back in the pan. And on the bottom you've got a non-toxic ceramic non-stick surface. It is definitely non-stick. I've been doing everything in it and so far so very good, but on a very unlikelihood that it does stick, it comes with a little like natural sponge as well that you just rinse with and scrub away with soapy water. And also finally it also has these 2 easy to pour spouts, so if you've got anything saucy or you just want to like drain some water, or you've got a little soup that you want to pour up, you can just go like this. Also, it's such a talking point as well, isn't it? The reason why it's so popular on social media is because of all of these reasons, but also it is stunning. So they have like limited edition colors as well, and also the permanent collections. I am obsessed, if you can't tell. If you're interested in investing in the Our Place Always Pan as well as shop everything else there, then I will leave my discount code on the screen and also take you to the link as well where you can shop all of the things I'm using in this video, because they also have their special bowls and plates and glasses. But anyway, less talking, more chatting. Let's move on to our first recipe featuring the Our Place Always Pan. Just honestly love it so much. Starting off with a Cantonese classic, beef flat rice noodles, beef hor fun, 乾炒牛河. First, slice your beef short rib into thin, even strips. I removed the bone before this video to save time. I'm using the Our Place knives here, which are so sharp, and each of them comes with its own sheath as well, which is handy for storage too. Okay, moving on to the beef marinade. We tend to eyeball ingredients of Cantonese cooking. Typically, I would add in like a teaspoon of sugar, around 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, 2 teaspoons of light soy sauce, black pepper, cornstarch, and mix it all together. I've also got an Our Place drinking glass here. How cute is the color? And I'm adding a little bit of water before mixing everything together again. Once that's all combined, set aside for at least 30 minutes. Okay, now it's time for us to prepare the hor fun flat rice noodles. We tend to just separate it by hand and cook it directly. Time to prepare the veggies and wash your bean sprouts. Here I'm using the Our Place bowl and steamer basket / colander. Drain and then set it aside. Okay, thinly slice an onion and your spring onion into bigger sections. The key is to have them add texture and sweetness to the dish whilst still separating the beef and noodles visually as well. Next, it's time to brown off the beef until it's about 80% cooked. Once that's done, set aside and prepare your pan for the veggies. Add the onions. Once they're starting to look translucent, add in the bean sprouts. Once the bean sprouts start to reduce, I'd then like to add in the hor fun flat rice noodles. Time to get saucy, baby! Add in light soy sauce, oyster sauce, and dark soy sauce. The dark soy sauce is what will give the dish the rich brown colour we know and love. Start off with a little, taste it, then add more dark soy until you get your desired colour. Once everything is mixed in, add in the beef and spring onion. Give it all a big mix with the spatula and have a taste. At this point, add a little touch of white pepper and sesame oil to finish it off. Oh, and a little bit of extra dark soy sauce. And now it's ready to serve. This is absolutely delicious and one of my all-time favorite noodle dishes. Of course, it's not going to taste exactly the same as the restaurant quality because I don't have the fire or the wok, but if you've got the cravings and you fancy giving a good go, then this is a lovely at-home version as well. More mellow, tasty, and very easy to prepare. Here I am having a taste. Very proud of myself in my little our place bowl. The beef is perfectly done. Obviously, I'm in a home kitchen, so this will taste much better when you're at the restaurant because it's got the wok here, which is the breath of the wok. It's got the direct fire to it. But if you want to make something for yourself, you can't get to Chinatown or to a Chinese restaurant, and you fancy giving it a go, I can't recommend this recipe enough. It's tried and tested by my parents over the years, and it is so delicious, and the beef is so tender, flavorful. Yummy! Okay, time for some aubergine and minced shiitake mushrooms in chili bean sauce, doubanjiang. These are the ingredients. Feel free to screenshot, save and share, and also it will be in the video description as well for future reference. First of all, set your water to boil in the pan. Prepare the garlic cloves, ginger, chili pepper, aubergine, shiitake mushrooms and spring onion. I like to dice the aubergine into smaller chunks so it cooks quicker and absorbs all of the sauce. Once the water is ready, add the aubergine, pop the lid on and let it cook for 4 to 5 minutes. While we're waiting, it's time to prepare the shiitake mushrooms, garlic, chili pepper and ginger. By this point, the aubergine should be ready and then you should drain it into the colander and set aside. Add oil to the pan, then the chili pepper, ginger and garlic. Oh my goodness, this smells so good. Add in the minced shiitake mushrooms and then once that's cooked, add the aubergines back in. It's time for the star sauce of the show. Well, if I end up ever getting this doubanjiang chili bean sauce in, this is one from Leidamgate. Add in 2 teaspoons of the sauce, light soy sauce, white pepper, sugar and water to taste. Mix well, pop the lid on and let it cook on a medium heat for 5 to 8 minutes. Once it's thickened, lift the lid and serve it up and then add spring onion on top. Oh my goodness, this smells so good, it's so fragrant and it's absolutely delicious spooned over white rice. You've got the spicy kick of the ginger, you've got the extra chili peppers for even more heat, the softness of the aubergine, the texture of the fresh spring onions over the top, garlic is always a good idea and it's honestly so comforting, so nourishing and very, very quick to make. One of my go-to dishes, and if you are a meat lover, then feel free to substitute that with some minced ground pork instead for the extra little bit of fattiness and flavor. But oh, so good, you can't go wrong. Next up, an absolute classic, very easy to make, tomato and egg français炒蛋. Here are the ingredients, super simple and very quick to whip up if you're in a rush and you want something fresh, tasty, and also has a little bit of protein as well. First of all, cut each tomato into 6 segments, and once that's done, pop them in a bowl and set aside. Okay, now it's time to prepare our eggs and seasoning. Chop up the garlic. I like bigger chunks because, well, I love garlic and I want the whole world to know it and smell it. Whisk up your eggs and look at my double yolk. That's happened to me 3 times that week, so I think that's a lucky sign, I think. Once that's done, add the eggs to the pan and once it's cooked on one side, flip and repeat until both sides are ready. At this point, I like to use my spatula to divide the eggs into strips and then squares. And you can totally do this on the chopping board of a knife so it's much neater and looks better. Once that's done, set aside. Now it's time to cook our tomatoes, baby. Throw in the garlic and after 30 seconds, add the tomatoes. Season with salt, ketchup and a tiny bit of sugar. Add some water, cover the pan with the lid and cook for 5 to 10 minutes until the mixture thickens. And whilst that's cooking, prepare your spring onion. Of course, I like to add it to practically everything. Once the tomato sauce is thickened up, stir in the egg and top with spring onions. Give it a final stir and serve. I mean, look at that vibrancy and colour. So quick to make as well. I don't know if you can hear my tummy, but it actually is rumbling right now just looking at this. I've always loved this dish ever since I was little, and as soon as I went to university, this was one of the first dishes I learned to make with a little bit of steamed Chinese sausage, lapcha, and then you're good to go. A 10-minute dinner. You know, it's actually quicker to make this than it is to order delivery, so why not give it a go? And it's also very inexpensive to make as well. Okay, another classic dish, sweet and sour king prawns, and this time I'm going to show you 2 different ways to make it. First of all, it's time to clean your prawns. Score the side of the prawns with a knife and devein on the side. Whisk up an egg, and you only need a tiny part of this, but also you can save this for another dish later. Add salt, white pepper, cornstarch and egg, then mix with your hand until combined. Add oil to the pan, enough to cover the prawns, and set it to a high heat. In the meantime, prepare your batter with cornstarch and plain flour, then mix well. To prepare a very easy sweet and sour sauce at home, add ketchup, vinegar, sugar, cornstarch and water in a bowl. Mix together until it's all combined and has this consistency of a thin to medium sauce. Next, dice up your onion and tomatoes, and once that's done, set the veggies aside. Right, back to the prawns. Add each one to the flour mix, ensuring each one is covered. I like to give each prawn a tight squeeze to make sure it's fully covered. Then test to see if the oil is ready. I usually just stick in a chopstick and wait for the bubbles to form. Okay, add the prawns in and deep fry until they're all golden. I should have added kitchen roll to absorb the excess oil. Don't do a me and do this instead. Time to combine everything together. In an oiled pan, add your onions and tomatoes, then add in the pineapple and sweet and sour sauce. And once it starts to bubble, pop in the prawns and combine together. Serve with a bowl of fries and voila, it is ready. If you're looking for an even quicker option, then add in a pot of Amoy sweet and sour sauce. I added a tiny bit of sugar because it was all a little bit too sour for me straight out the jar. There we have it. I decided to make it look extra pretty, so I had my Our Place little serving bowl, stackable as well, half with rice and half with the sweet and sour prawns. And I feel like it looks pretty good, you know. Okay, this one isn't really a recipe, but I wanted to show off another way that you can use the Our Place Always pan, and that is to steam some dim sum, which is good as a snack, as a breakfast, at any time of the day. I just got this from my local Chinese supermarket and then went to the frozen section. So I usually steam the siu mai and the beef meatballs for about 15 minutes, and then I add in the prawn dumplings and steam for a final 10 minutes. You can always use the Always pan as a way to serve as well because it is so beautiful. It's practically a work of art. So I just took it straight from the induction hob and straight into my table so I can eat it with some Worcester sauce to dip. Okay, we're moving on to our final recipe, and this is the tofu fishbowl and veggie soup. Feel free to customize it depending on your dietary requirements, but this is so nourishing, very quick to make. It's a very quick midweek dinner as well. So set water in the pan to boil and wash the bak choy, enoki mushrooms and fish balls. Once the water is brought to a boil, you just simply add in all of the ingredients into the pan. Season with salt, chicken bouillon, and then cover with the lid, and then cook it for about 8 minutes or so until it's bubbling away. I had the leftover egg from earlier with the prawns, so I decided to add it to the dish for extra silkiness and protein. And then, ta-da! Here is my final spread. Not gonna lie, I am very proud of myself seeing this little Cantonese happy spread here, and it was all so easy to make. I served up some green tea in the Our Place drinking glasses as well. I absolutely love this colour. Okay, let's move on to the taste test and my thoughts on each dish. Sat down with a hot cuppa tea, and this is the Our Place little cup, which I'll link down below. But look at it, it's the perfect colour, but it comes in lots of different colours. And now I'm gonna try my dish. Cantonese cooking is simple, fresh, flavorful, and quick, and nutritious. So I'm very excited to be doing this, but obviously you can customize it depending on any dietary requirements. First of all, let's try my sweet and sour prawn. So much more fun when you make it at home. So I don't like peppers, so I've added tomatoes instead of peppers, but obviously traditionally you would use like bell peppers and stuff instead. I'm gonna try my aubergine with minced shiitake mushrooms. I wanted to do this one so it's suitable for vegans. Again, traditionally you would use minced ground pork instead, and I've added some extra chilies. Okay, always a favourite. It's always my go-to dish to make, and it's so spicy. And it's so good with white rice. Let's try the tomato and egg. Another classic Cantonese dish. For aesthetics reasons, I've added the fried egg, but you can also mix in the egg itself and not fry it separately if you want it to be a little more smoother and less of like the pan-fried texture. This is so simple to make and it's so good. Well, you just want to do something in like 5 minutes and have something with white rice. These are all like dishes I've grown up eating from my parents, so to me it's like exactly the taste of home. One thing I love to do for Cantonese food is something called lo fan, which is basically when you put your like broths and stuff over rice, and you use rice and it gets all like watery and brothy, and it's so delicious and comforting. Ready? So good. I added white pepper and sesame oil at the end for extra flavour. Tofu and rice, and because it's just at home, I'm just going to spoon a little bit of broth. Oh my god, it's so comforting. I am in absolute heaven. The fact that I can now use 8 different ways of preparing a dish in just one pan saves me so much kitchen space, and it's so beautiful. Look at it! And I can use it to serve some soup as well. So it's also like such an art piece in the middle of the table. It's a talking piece, a conversation starter, and something that I can't stop raving about to all my friends. A lot of my friends actually want to buy one with my discount code, which is amazing. So if you want to also get yourself one, you should get it, because it always gets sold out so quickly because it's available in so many different colours as well. So I'll leave the link down below and also on the screen for your discount code, so you can save some money while you're at it, and then we can all rave and talk about our always pan together. I've been wanting to use this pan for so long, and today is the day. But anyway, I'm talking so much and the food is looking at me saying like, eat me. So I'm now gonna go, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which dishes you end up making and what you would like me to make next with my always pan, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Goodbye my loves. Oh, and if you loved it, please do give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends to help spread the joy and the food to all of your loved ones as well, and foodies, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you later. I'm gonna tuck in now. Goodbye.